Matthew here from MiniWarGaming.com with Leland.
Hey.
And welcome to Mission 4A of Rise of the Blood Reaver 40k narrative campaign.
MiniWarGaming's Rise of the Blood Reaver.
And hopefully you've already, well, a couple things, watched all the previous episodes because you don't want to come in mid-season because the story won't make any sense, or at least you only get bits and pieces of it. And second, hopefully you've already watched Storytime Part 4 at the link below, because it'll give you the backdrop for this current mission. So Mission 4A, just the brief version of it, is that the Grey Knights have arrived at the Tau mining outpost, and they have gone underground, and they have discovered one of the old shrines, at least. And this one seems to be causing the cryostorms in the area. So Gregorovitch is pretty certain, or was pretty certain, that he would come down here and find what he was looking for this entire time. And he's partially right, because he arrives down in there, and as they're searching around, they do come into this huge antechamber. And when they come in there, they do see in the middle this throne that is just pulsing with warp energy. And they can all feel it, being Grey Knights. Oh, yeah. Of course. They just can feel it washing over them, just pulsing over and over again. And as they approach it, that's when they get attacked by Khorne demons and Chaos Space Marines and all of that. So we're going to be having this the battle here is going to be pretty straight up, 1,500 points of Grey Knights versus 1,500 points of demons and Chaos Space Marines, all Khorne themed. And what they're trying to do is to defeat the Khorne demons so that they can destroy the shrine, the throne, once and for all, stop the cryostorms, and hopefully that'll also banish the Blood Reaver back. Because as they approach, the Blood Reaver actually manifests himself. So we actually have Darun Blood Reaver as a demon prince of Khorne in this battle. So let's take a look at the armies and the scenario. Here we are, all set up, ready to go. 1,500 points of Grey Knights on this side. We have 2 Razorbacks, and inside of those Razorbacks are strike squads. And then we've got a Terminator squad right here. We've got halberds and swords, and of course a hammer. We've got a Contemptor pattern dreadnought back here with 2 twin-linked autocannons. Then we've got Lord Inquisitor Gregorovitch with a small group of paladins. But you know, when it's paladins, even a small group is a big group. With all halberds, with an apothecary, and a hammer as well. And another group of Terminators over here. Same thing with their weapons, though we do have heavy side cannons, it looks like, in both of these groups. And then
Actually, Incinerator and side cannon.
Incinerator and side cannon, okay. And then back here we have a mighty Dread Knight with his power fists, an Incinerator, and a heavy Psy cannon. You know, it's actually just side cannon. And so that's his 1,500 points. There are more models because they're in the Razorbacks, but it is Grey Knights, so you expect to have fewer things on the table. And on this side, we have 1,500 points of Khorne, going right to left, starting with 10 just regular Flesh Hounds, no upgrades. 3 of the Blood Crushers. Yes, all the blood or other.
So much blood.
Yes, we got a group of, right here, this is 11 Bloodletters. We've got a Soul Grinder. This is the same Soul Grinder that we saw in a previous mission. So he's got his Strength 7 AP 4 shots, and then the single Strength 10 AP 1 shot. And then we've got the Blood Reaver. Darun Blood Reaver. He's basically a flying demon prince. Now, in this mission, he's not going to be able to fly because it's too confined, so he'll only be able to use it as jump infantry or jump monsters creature. And he has a weapon that's equivalent to the Black Mace, and so he'll be smashing apart with that. And of course, he's the Demon of Khorne, as he should be. Another group of 10 Bloodletters, and then we've got our Chaos Lord here with his group of 11 Khorne Berserkers. They've all been upgraded with the Veterans of the Long War, so they'll have higher leadership and hatred Space Marines, including Grey Knights. And then another group of 10 Flesh Hounds on this side. We are not playing the Zone Mortalis rules. The Zone Mortalis tiles are more for decoration. They're more framing it anyways and giving a little bit of terrain. And this is our shrine in the middle, our throne, that is causing all of the problems here to begin with. So we rolled off for deployment, like who deployed first, and Grey Knights won that roll off, and so the Grey Knights did deploy first. Do you want to go first or second?
Yeah, I think I'm going to go first.
All right.
Yeah, I was thinking otherwise. But no.
All right, I'm going to try to steal the initiative then. Steal the initiative on a 6. 1. Initiative not stolen.
So
Grey
I get
Knights.
2 turns, right?
Yeah, you get 2 turns. That's my rule, right? So Grey Knights, turn 1. So at the beginning of the battle, I have to roll for any new Warlord traits and gifting mutations, and they keep that for the campaign. So the Warlord trait that I rolled for Blood Reaver was Black Crusader, or Black Crusade, which gives him and every friendly unit within 12 inches preferred enemy Space Marines.
I want to see the dice you used.
They're just the white dice. You watch me do it. And then he had gifting mutation as well, and I rolled, and I actually rolled 64, which is he gets D3 plus 1 gifts of mutation. And then I rolled 3, I actually rolled to get 3 of them, because I rolled 2 on a D3. And so the first one I got was plus 1 ballistic skill, which who cares? Second one I rolled was stubborn, and he's fearless, so stubborn doesn't really matter unless there's something that you're going to lower his leadership and then, you know, some sort of just regular leadership check, but that doesn't even matter with stubborn. And then the third one was Eternal Warrior.
Yup.
Which is what the Demon Princes all want to have. And it makes sense. You know what? As much as I rolled for it, it does make sense for Blood Reaver to have it, because he's kind of a very important character. But I'm just glad that the dice decided that and not me. So he has a bubble of 12 inches of preferred enemy Space Marines, and he's Eternal Warrior. We can forget about the stubborn and plus 1 ballistic skill because he doesn't shoot anything. And he's fearless. Not wasting any time. Time to move forward. You've got the first turn, so you might as well take advantage of it and see if you can kill a few demons at range. And not a lot of my guys will be able to get to you in close combat in the first turn anyway, so you might as well take advantage of that. And you have no jump pack on the...
No jump pack on it,
the Dread Knight.
It's just straight up walking.
Yeah, he took it off to come down here because it's kind of confined.
Yeah.
Gregorovitch. Now, Gregorovitch's Warlord trait that we rolled earlier in the campaign is he actually gets preferred enemy demons. So that is useful, because it basically just makes him just like all the other Grey Knights, except he's still toughness 3.
You know, it's no Eternal Warrior, though.
No, it's not Eternal Warrior, that's for sure. Especially because he's actually toughness 3, so that's a problem. Razorback. The other Terminator squad. They're flying through. They're Terminator flyers. That'd be something else.
There's a Dread Knight back here actually just hurling them across
Yeah,
the...
just toss them across the board. And one rule I forgot to mention is there is one objective, which is the thing in the middle. Our little shrine thing, because it is, you know, what we're here for. So if this game doesn't just turn into one side getting destroyed, then it will come down to who grabs the objective. Second phase, you have 8 warp charges plus 3. So you have 11, and I've got 3. Paladins are going to attempt to manifest banishment on the Soul Grinder, reducing his demon save to 6-up. And they succeed, and I will not try to stop it. And then Gregorovitch is going to attempt to manifest Prescience on the Dread Knight. Needs 2 to get it.
Yes.
And he got it. I need to roll double 6 to stop it, so I'm going to let you keep that.
Okay.
These Terminators will attempt to manifest banishment on the Blood Crushers. Needs a single D6 or a single 4+. They get it, and that I will try to stop. I need a 6. I do stop it, so no banishment. The Dread Knight will then do the same thing, or attempt to do the same thing. Needs a single 4+. And he gets it, so they are banished. So they have a 6-up invuln instead of 5-up. Assault Cannon from the Razorback is going to open fire on this Soul Grinder, just hoping for some rending hits.
Scratch that.
Never mind, he's out of range. He's going to fire something else. He's going to fire at the Bloodletters instead. 3s to hit. Twin linked. And 4 hits. 2s to wound with preferred enemy, so essentially 2s re-rolled.
Alright.
So that doesn't matter about the rending, because they all just have 5-up invulns. 3 die.
Okay.
Pew pew pew! 3 of them get sent back to the warp. And then the Contemptor Dreadnought is going to fire at the Soul Grinder with his 2 twin-linked autocannons, hoping to glance it. Has 4 shots, hitting on 3s. Twin-linked, thankfully, to re-roll those 2, becomes 3 hits. So strength 7, so he needs 6s to glance, and I'll have a 6-up invuln against that. Nothing. And preferred enemy. No, it doesn't help with penetrating
really?
rolls, just with 2 hits and 2 wounds. So then we got the Dread Knight, who's got Prescience off. He's going to fire his 6 heavy Psy-Cannon shots. Oh, gets to re-roll it anyways.
Okay.
And those are going to wound on 2s, re-rolling because of preferred enemy demons. Oh, once again.
right.
Well, you didn't need Prescience or preferred enemy.
Apparently
Fine,
not.
jeez. So they are banished, so they only have a 6-up save. They have 3 wounds each, though, so if I roll any 6s, only 1 will die. 1 6. So 1 dies, and another one takes 2 wounds. So this one's down to 1 wound. And then we have 4 Storm Bolters. See if you can at least finish off that last one. So 8 shots, hitting on 3s. Preferred enemy, jeez, good shooting. 8 hits.
I need...
4s to wound. preferred enemy, so reroll those 2 1s. That got you 1 more. And 6s. Oh, 2 6s. You could have killed the entire squad if I rolled 0 6s, but of course that is not likely. So he dies, and the other one takes a wound, goes down to 2 wounds.
Now you have
Paladins are going to open fire on this group of bloodletters. Start with the Psy Cannon, hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s due to preferred enemy demons. Jeez. Your shooting is like ridiculously accurate, which means you're going to like hit nothing in turn 2.
Karma's going to come back.
Yeah. We've seen that happen earlier in this campaign. Wounding on 2s, running doesn't matter, and I do have preferred enemy, but you don't need it. So I have a 5-up invuln from being a demon. Wow, 3 die.
I think that.
And now the Stormbolter in the back is out of range, so just 6 shots from the other 3 Stormbolters. Hitting on 3s.
With preferred enemy.
Thankfully, because otherwise it's only 2 hits. Now it's 3. Wounding on 3s with preferred enemy. Oh, 2 2s.
Nuts.
So 1 wound with a 5-up invuln, which they fail. So 1 more dies. And then this Terminator squad is going to open fire on the remainder of these bloodletters, starting with the Psy Cannon, because he's in the back and wants to stay in range. Hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s due to preferred enemy. So 4 hits. And wounding on 2s with preferred enemy. So we get to reroll. Oh, just 3. And they are not banished, so 5-up invuln. Oh, 2 of them make it.
Well,
Oh, you're only in range of 1 anyways?
I was only in range of 1.
Okay, well then that works out. And 3 Stormbolters are in range. Hitting on 3s. Wounding on 3s. Preferred enemy to reroll that 1. And 4 wounds. 5-up invuln. 2 of them make it. So 2 more die. Gonna go flat out with the other Razorback, but dangerous terrain. Ooh, that was close. It's gonna jump right into there. So Khorne, turn 1. Fleshhounds advancing. They are beasts, so they move nice and fast. Gotta start flanking as soon as possible. Because if he keeps shooting at me, I'm just gonna die from shooting. This Blood Crusher is just gonna get behind cover, awaiting them to come to him. These remaining bloodletters will start to move forward. They want to close the gap as soon as possible. Same thing with the Soul Grinder. Blood Reaver is not stupid. He's not jumping forward. He's going to just get behind this. He is ready for blood. Well, that doesn't mean jumping in front of his entire army and facing paladins and terminators by himself.
I think it's.
And the Chaos Lord with his Khorne Berserkers start to go down the hallways. And these Fleshhounds are going to come around this corner too. So they're eager to get into combat. Soul Grinder is going to fire at the Paladin squad. First with his 3 Strength 7 AP 4 shots. Actually, I'm going to start with this Strength 10 AP 1 shot, obviously, because I want to insta-kill one.
Yeah, it's like a Band-Aid. Just get it done fast.
Yeah, just do it. So, our Warp Gaze, hitting on a 3 with preferred enemy Space Marines, thanks to the Warlord trait of Blood Reaver. Oh, good thing. Oh! And then the 3 Strength 7 shots. Whoa! Preferred enemy. Okay, I'm using your dice from now on.
I don't like.
2s to wound with preferred enemy. Okay, good. 2 wounds, AP 4 though, so you have 2 up saves. So unless you roll double 1 here, you're not losing the Paladin. You're fine. I'm gonna run these Fleshhounds. They've got Fleet 5. And they're going to move closer. So I don't want you trying to scamper away and hide and just fire. I want you to charge me.
That's cowardice.
Yeah, I know. Trust me. Bloodletters, 3. They're going to move forward as well. These bloodletters, ooh, 1. Yay. I am going to do the Khorne Berserkers first. 4-inch run. So 2, 4. And then these Fleshhounds, 4. I won't reroll that. It'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. Get as close as I can so that I take the least amount of shooting possible. End of turn 1. So no casualties on the Grey Knight side. They've managed to banish a bunch of demons back to the warp, some Blood Crushers and a bunch of Bloodletters. And then the Khorne demons moved up and were unable to do any damage. And hopefully we'll be able to close the gap in turn 2. But it is Grey Knights. Turn 2 first. Razorback. Disembarking the strike squad from the Razorback. Just to gun down more before they can get in. Dangerous trade test on the Razorback. Oh! He is stuck there forever. And he takes a hull point of damage. Blam. So the strike squad get out, all embarrassed. It's the pilot's fault, not ours. Just for the record. Are there 2 side cannons in there?
There are.
Ooh, because this is a combat squatted full strike squad, just so everybody knows that he's not cheating. Not that narrative campaigns matter for that, because we break the rules all the time. Paladins with Gregorovitch are moving forward. They're brave.
I'm just curious.
And they have to face a demon horde. Going for the charge.
That's a long charge.
Oh, I can still do it.
I could.
I might overwatch you and insta-kill one, but you know.
It's a very long charge, though.
Need to roll a 6. And the Terminator squad will advance. They're not afraid of those flesh hounds. Flesh hounds don't have AP2 weapons.
Actually, scratch that. I'm going to roll for difficult terrain.
And go up in there.
Yeah.
A difficult terrain, 4 inches. More direct path, even though it does cost you a tiny bit of movement. And it also clears some space for the Dread Knight.
Exactly.
It's like that was your plan all along.
I'm
Dread Knight. Difficult terrain for these Terminators, 3 inches. So they're going to be hanging back a little bit. The strike squad will hit first, hence their name. And then the Dreadnought will just advance, get in a better firing position. Psychic phase, you have 8 warp charges, because you didn't lose anything, so it wouldn't have changed. Plus 2, so you got 10.
okay. Actually, let's.
An attempt to manifest force on these Terminators.
Nope.
Oh no! And then they'll attempt to manifest Hammerhand, which they succeed. I won't try to stop it. Go ahead and attempt to banish the Bloodletters with just with 1 die. Got it. Hammerhand on the Paladins. Oh, they got it. You know, I'm going to try to stop it with my 2 dice. Because the Soul Grinder is right in front of you. Oh, it stopped. Oh. This strike squad will attempt to banish the Soul Grinder. They got it, and I don't have any defense against it. That's it for the Psychic phase. So tough Psychic phase for the Grey Knights, only managing to get Banishment off twice. And no, that they didn't get Force.
They got Hammerhand, though, I believe.
They manifested Hammerhand?
I think they manifested Hammerhand.
No, I think we were going to come back to that. To check the reel, but I'm pretty sure they didn't. We went back and checked, which is the advantage of recording everything, and they did get Hammerhand. So we have Hammerhand, Banishment, Banishment, where what? That's what was successful. Incinerator against the Fleshhounds hits 2 of them. 2s to wound, 2 wounds, and 5 up invulns, because you did not banish them. 1 dies.
Okay.
And Soul Blaze.
Ooh.
Paladin squad are going to fire at these Bloodletters, starting with the side cannon, hitting on 3s. Apologize for the noise in the background. They are renovating our next studio. So 3 hits. And 2s to wound. 3 wounds. 5 up invul, 2 die. And then we have the Stormbolters.
Letters there.
So Stormbolter shots in on 3s. And wounding on 3s. Man, you keep rolling those 2s, but still, that's a lot of wounds. 6 wounds. 5 up invulns. All of them die. So that's first blood for the Grey Knights.
Woo!
5 Stormbolters into the Bloodletters who have been banished. Hit on 3s. Rerolling 1s thanks to preferred enemy. Nope, no more. 3s to wound. Rerolling the 1s because of preferred enemy. Oh, 3 wounds.
Enough to kill you.
There's 4 of them.
Oh.
So there's 2 of them are going to be 6-up saves, and then we're going to have 5-up saves from cover. So 6-up involves. Oh. All right, only 1 dies. Okay.
Oh, that.
This strike squad are going to open fire on the Berserkers, starting with the side cannons. Yeah. Shouldn't there be 4 shots?
I think only 1 side cannon's in within range.
Oh, because they're only 12-inch because of salvo.
Yeah.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
Just 1 in range. So no preferred enemy here because these aren't demons. Just hitting on 3s. Wounding on 2s with rending.
No!
Oh, preferred enemy would have made all the difference for both the shooting, or hitting and wounding. Stormbolters next. They all hit on 3s, so 5 hits.
Now?
And then you're going to wound them on 4s and show them how useless side cannons are. 3 wounds. 3-up armor. 1 dies.
Hey, I got 1.
Blam! So twin-linked assault cannon into Blood Reaver. So hitting on 3s. Twin-linked. Oh, you got it. Hitting on 3s. And you do have preferred enemy. So 3 wounds. 1 of them is rending. So 5-up invuln for the rending. I made it.
Come on!
And the 2 3-ups. Failed one of
All
those.
right, good.
So he's down to 3 wounds. This assault cannon will do the same thing against the Blood Reaver. 4 shots hitting on 3s. 4 hits. 3s to wound, rerolling 1s thanks to preferred enemy. So reroll that 1-1. So 4 wounds. Oh, sorry, 3 wounds. But no rending, so 3 out.
Hey!
Down to 1. And then twin-linked autocannons into the Soul Grinder. See if they can whittle him down a little bit. Hitting on 3s, twin-linked. So 3 hits. And then glancing on 6s. 1 glance. And he is banished, so 6 up invul. She fails, so he loses a hull point. It's down to 3 hull points.
Right.
This Terminator squad will fire at these Bloodletters. They can only see 2 of them, so 1 will survive no matter what. So Psy Cannon first, hitting on 3s, and wounding on 2s, rerolling 1s because of preferred enemy. So 4 wounds. 6 up on the first one, he dies, and then 5 up on the other one dies. Only 2 can die.
Yeah.
And the Dread Knight is going to do Torrent into the Soul Grinder. Oh yeah, that one doesn't hurt him, and he's not in range to be able to torrent and hit the Blood Reaver. He's got a 6 heavy side cannon shots. So 6 shots hitting on 3s with preferred enemy. Ooh, good thing.
Yep.
3 of them missed with all 1s, and that became 5 hits.
Okay.
It is rending, so you need 6s to rend because it's strength 6 against armor 13.
Strength 7 against armor 13.
Oh, strength 7 with the side cannon?
Yeah.
Sorry, strength 7. Strength 7. So 6s will be auto pens because it is rending. So it gets plus D3 on top of that. So 5 hits, 6s to auto pen. Nothing. End of shooting phase, so assault phase. These guys declare a charge here. I don't have any overwatch. Now they need a 5-inch charge through difficult terrain, so they need to roll 7s. Can you do it?
No!
Oh, no! So that's too bad. But still, Blood Reaver almost killed just from assault cannons. How embarrassing. But we'll see what happens as we go into Khorne turn 2, now that they're really, really close. Bloodletter. As he comes around the corner. Yeah, that Bloodletter has one job. Eat Overwatch. Eat it for breakfast.
Maybe I won't overwatch him.
Well, then he'll just get into close combat, and he'll have eaten it in a different way. One way or the other. He eats it. These Flesh Hounds have no choice but to go for the Razorback, which, you know what, after seeing what it did to the Blood Reaver, I'm kind of okay with. They're only strength 4, but they will have a lot of attacks on the charge, so hopefully that'll do the trick. Soul Grinder is going to skitter over to the objective. And Darun Blood Reaver howls with his fury at being shot so much. And he just he's just so angry because you would dare shoot at him rather than face him in close combat like Khorne wants. And he jumps forward, looking at Gregorovitch, ready to chop him into pieces. And then the Flesh Hounds are starting to surround the Terminators before they jump in for the charge. It does mean that they're going to be initiative 1. Oh, Soul Blaze.
Oh, Soul Blaze.
Let's roll for that. So, of course it goes away. I actually moved back the Flesh Hounds when they're charged because I remembered I wanted the Blood Crusher to be able to get in there too. All right, that was it. You might get a little bit more shooting in this game, but really now it's down to who can hold their own in close combat. And this could go south for either army very quickly.
Yeah.
Shooting phase, we're going to see if we can insta-kill a Paladin. Start with the Warp Gaze, I think it's called, Strength 10 AP1, hitting on 3s. Okay, we actually hit that time. Wounding on 2s, rerolling thanks to preferred enemy, Space Marines. Reroll. Okay, we got 1 to Strength 10 AP1 against that Paladin. 5 up invul. Oh, insta-kills a Paladin. I'm going to take the chance and fire his other weapon, hitting on 3s. Okay, so 2 hits, wounding on 2s. So 2 wounds, just don't roll double 1, because I actually don't want you to. Roll a single 1. Okay, double 2, fine. I understand. Whatever. I insta-kill the Paladin.
The dice are mocking me. I'm making my saves, but
Just barely. They're like, watch it, Leland. Just watch it. Because it's about to turn due south for you. And these Khorne Berserkers will fire into this strike squad. I think only 4 can see, and then we have the Plasma Pistol who can see as well. So we'll start with the Bolt Pistols, hitting on 3s. So I'm going to check preferred enemy range. They're not in preferred enemy range of the Warlord, and they wound on force. Nothing. Plasma Pistol from the Lord, he hits on 2s. Okay.
It gets hot.
Oh, wait. No, they have Hatred. Oh, and it gets hot. 3+. He's fine. Yeah, they have hatred. I was going to say, oh, they're veterans of the Long War, but that gives them hatred, not preferred enemy.
That would have been unfortunate.
So assault phase, I guess he needs to charge first, otherwise these guys are going to block him. So he'll charge first. So do you want Overwatch? He's kind of within 3 inches, so...
Well, if I don't do that, I'm going to lose the Overwatch.
That's right. So
here's the incinerator.
So D3 shot, or D3 hits from the incinerator. 1, strength 6, wounding on 2s. So you wound with a 5 up invuln. I didn't make it the save. And then 6 Stormbolter shots, hitting on 6s. And preferred enemy. It's nothing. Charge range, 10 inches. I think that's 10 inches. And I think I use that joke too often. Hounds will be initiative 1 because they're going to be going through difficult terrain, but they are unaffected by the difficult terrain otherwise because they're beasts. And they will charge 10 inches. So they are in as well. Just going to have to pile them in.
And your Blood Crusher's initiative 4 as well, right? Or is he 5?
They're all 4s.
They're all 4.
Yeah. Over here, the Bloodletter will declare a charge against these guys. Do they want to overwatch him or hope that he fails his charge?
I'm going to take my chances and hope that he fails his charge.
All right, here we go. It is a 5-inch charge. Oh, well, I don't know what the other die is, but that one alone gets
Maybe
me
it's a negative 2?
negative 1. Ah, he made it. And then the Khorne Berserkers will charge. 5 inches. So that actually, I don't know how much that'll stop the guys in the back from getting in. We'll see.
So.
Yeah, and we'll get the extra 3 inches in the pile in. But they shall see. Chaos Lord gets up there.
And that is the part of the squad that has the Justicar, so a challenge can be issued.
Which has to be issued on my end, because I have 2 champions of Chaos there. Fleshhounds against the Razorback. I'll keep that. They do have fleet, so they could reroll. So they're all going to be in. So that'll give me my maximum number of attacks against it. Hopefully I'll take it down. Soul Grinder is declaring a charge. Do you want to Overwatch?
Can I have supporting fire?
The Great Knight Tau! do you want Overwatch? Because you got the Psy Cannon who could glance him.
You know, you're looking at 8s.
Yeah, a 6-inch charge through difficult terrain without move through cover.
I'm going to try my luck.
Yeah.
I'm going to try my luck.
Okay. Well, it's not like the Psy Cannon really has much chance of doing anything anyways.
No, I mean...
4 shots hitting on 6s, rerolling 1s, and then needing 6s again. I need to roll an 8. 10. Oh.
Yeah, of course, of course.
Ah, skitter, skitter, skitter. And then 4-inch charge for Blood Reaver. 9. Now he's not using his wings because he used that in the movement phase. So I'll start with the Fleshhounds against the Razorback. So 30 attacks with Furious Charge, so hitting on 3s. And Strength 5 against Rear Armor 10, so we need 5s to glance. Yeah, I think we got it. Pen. Glance. Wrecked Razorback. So it's now difficult terrain. And here next, so my Khorne Berserker champion, this guy right here, will declare a challenge, because he's a champion of Chaos and has to. And you'll accept with your Justicar?
My Justicar will accept.
So let's swap over here then. In there. So initiative 5, the Chaos Lord will be going first. He's got Rage. He's got 6 attacks on the charge. Hits on 3s. And he's got Hatred because of Veterans of the Long War, so he rerolls in first round of combat. Oh, okay, fine. Only 3 hits. 4s to wound. And the Blood Reaver is now within 12 inches, so he does have preferred enemy. So reroll that one. So that's 2. And they're AP3 weapons, so 2 guys, not the Justicar, because he's in a challenge die. Now, everybody else is initiative 4, so let's do the Grey Knights first. But I guess I do have to do pile-in stuff. So the Berserkers will pile in. So it's my turn. And then this Grey Knight has to pile in this way. So both of these guys with halberds are going to go against the Khorne Berserkers, because they are AP3. So 1 attack each, hitting on 4s, and wounding on their strength 5?
Yeah, so
3s. So 1 Khorne Berserker will go down, but he still gets to fight. Same initiative.
And we get
And the Justicar against the champion. He has 2 attacks, hitting on 4s, but no preferred enemy, because they're not demons. And he's wounding on 3s as well. Oh!
He's actually wounding on 4s.
Oh, he's wounding on 4s.
He's got a sword.
That's right, he's got the sword.
Yeah.
But no preferred enemy. Yeah. Start with the Bloodletter with his AP3 weapon. He's going to be hitting on 3s. And that's 2 hits. And he's strength 5 on the charge. So 3s to wound. And he kills the guy right in front of him. Then we'll do my champion. So So 5 attacks from the champion. He's got 5 attacks. 3 attacks plus rage, hitting on 3s with hatred. And,
Preferred.
Yeah, preferred enemy. He's strength 5, so he's wounded on 3s. So 3 wounds, but it's AP nothing. You got 2 guys left, 3 up saves, and then... Oh, they survived the corn, and that's important because he doesn't get a boon.
Come on, power armor.
But then all the rest of the berserkers are going to attack. 36 attacks from the raged corn berserkers.
With hatred.
With hatred, hitting on 3s. Ooh, good thing they have hatred.
Yeah.
Hatred to reroll all these. Oh, so it looks like we got 32 out of 36 hits. And 3s to wound. With preferred enemy. Yeah, that's a lot of wounds. All right, you got 2 guys left and a bajillion rolls to make. 3 up saves. Yeah, they're dead.
Yeah, they're
Yeah, they're dead. I think we knew that, but at the same time, there's always those times where you roll tons of dice and the unexpected happens. Consolidate the bloodletter, 6 inches. That's going to move up to those Terminators. And the Berserkers, 5 inches. They'll just kind of surround everybody.
That determines what my side cannons are doing next turn.
Yeah, they're going to be busy for a bit.
Challenges?
We got right here, there's no challenges, there's no characters in this one. And so we got a Hammer of Wrath first off, wounding on a 4. I got a wound. Save. You're good.
Okay.
Now these guys are initiative 1, but he's initiative 4, just like you. So I'll do his attacks first, and anybody he kills can still attack. So he's strength 6 on the charge with Furious Charge, and he's got 4 attacks hitting on 3s with preferred enemy. Wow, okay, 1 hit. Wounding on 2s though. Preferred enemy. So 1 wound, AP 3, but you're 2 up save. You're fine.
Right.
So pile in here. Wants to put as many on the Flesh Hounds as possible. Looks like the other guy will have to pile into the Blood Crusher. So Justicar's 3 attacks against the Blood Crusher. Everything will go against the Flesh Hounds, trying to get demonic instability to do its work here.
The Falchion.
Right, Falchion, not Justicar. Hitting on, we get to reroll 1. Hitting on 4s. So 2 hits, and then wounding on 4s as well. Nothing.
Wait, didn't they get hit strength 6?
Yes, they're Hammerhand. So wounding on 2s. So you got 2 wounds there with 5 up invulns. You killed him.
Okay.
And then all the halberds against the Flesh Hounds. 8 attacks, hitting on 4s with preferred enemy. Ooh, 3 so far. 4. Wounding on 2. Got 4 wounds. 5 up invuln. Oh no! 3 out of 4. So this one's down to 1 wound. And then they all attack. They're going to pile in and attack. 27 attacks from the Flesh Hounds, hitting on 3s. With preferred enemy, that's only going to activate twice. But that's okay because there's a lot of hits in there. 3s to wound. With preferred enemy on these 3. That's a lot of wounds. 2 up armor save. He lost 1.
Yes!
Just regular guy. Not special. Well, I don't know if you can call any Grey Knights just regular guys, but you know.
Combat!
You won combat. I lost by 2. So I have to make a leadership test -2. So leadership 5. And whatever I fail this by, I lose that many more wounds. No saves of any kind allowed. If I roll double 6, I'm all dead. If I roll double 1, they all come back. Not this guy, because he's a different squad. So leadership 5, 10. So 5 more wounds, and I get to allocate them. But I don't know if I could be like 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So I'm going to treat it like a wound pool. So I have to kill 2 of them, and then allocate 1 to this guy here.
Yeah,
And so demon players can point that out. I haven't really read all the FAQs and everything for that particular rule, but this works either way. Even if I could choose, I could still choose to do that. So it's still correct, just might not be the most tactical thing. So the demons lost the fight there, but and then they will pile in first. So the Terminators are still stuck in combat, but maybe they can finish them off. We will find. And I don't have the charge bonus, and I don't have Furious Charge off anymore, so they should be able to fend them off. And then it all comes down to this. Blood Reaver and the Soul Grinder. I am going to declare challenge with Darun Blood Reaver. And you can accept with Lord Gregorovitch or with your Paladin Justicar.
My Paladin Justicar.
Or your Apothecary, he could do it too.
My Paladin Justicar, who's already right there.
He's going to accept it.
He's going to accept it.
Which is very valiant of him.
He's so dead.
So we have 2 Hammer of Wrath. We'll do the Blood Reavers first because his will go against the Justicar. Wounds him on a 2. And so that's 1 wound. 2 up armor, you're fine. Grinder will go against the rest because he can't hurt the guy in the challenge. Wounds on a 2. and you have a 2-up armor save, you're fine. So we're going to start our fights. This is pretty intense because the Blood Reaver is down to 1. So even though he rolled Eternal Warrior, those assault cannons are like, well, okay, we'll just bring you down to a wound, so the first time you take a wound, you die anyways. But the Blood Reaver is initiative 8, and he is wielding the equivalent to the Black Mace. So he's strength 6, AP 2, because he's a monstrous creature. And Fleshbane, so wounding on 2s with preferred enemy Space Marines because of his Warlord trait.
Yup.
So we'll see what happens there. And I have weapon skill 9, and I have 5 attacks on the charge with Furious Charge. So I'm strength 7 right now. So I'm hitting
all 2s.
hitting on 3s. No hatred.
But preferred enemy.
But preferred enemy. Well, 5 hits so far. 5 hits. And then Fleshbane. So the Furious Charge actually doesn't even matter. So it's Fleshbane wounding on 2s. So 5 AP2 wounds.
5 up invulnerable?
So you've got 5 up invulns, and you have feel no pain because of your apothecary. Oh, you made 2 of them so far.
Ooh.
5 up feel no pain.
If I can make 2 more of these.
Then your Justicar will survive. Oh! However, because we're using the Black Mace special rules for Blood Reaver's weapon, the Paladin has to immediately take a toughness test or be removed as a casualty. Now, his toughness is 4, so as long as you don't roll a 5 or 6 again, which you seem to be good at doing, then you're fine. Okay, so he survives it. Now, at the end of the phase, if Blood Reaver's still alive, all enemy models within 3 inches of him will have to take a toughness test or take a wound with no saves of any kind allowed. So pile in. This Paladin could go after Blood Reaver. The other ones are going to have to pile in with the Soul Grinder, just because of the way all the base contact stuff works out. So at this step, this guy would attack the Soul Grinder, which he can't hurt him, so he'll do nothing. And then these 2 are able to go against Blood Reaver. So start with the Justicar with his 2 attacks. He's going to be hitting on 4s.
Preferred enemy?
Preferred enemy demons. 2 hits. So he's wounding on 4s at this point. AP 3. Can you do it? You need a single 4+. I still have my demon save. Hey, one wound with a 5-up invuln for the Blood Reaver. 5-up invuln. Here we go. Oh! The Blood Reaver goes down. I don't know if it's the Justicar that could get that really kill or the Razorbacks for doing 3 out of 4 wounds, but he does go down. Then we go to initiative 1. Soul Grinder's already in base contact, so these guys will pile in. So it'll be Hammers versus Soul Grinder. So he'll attack. He's got 5 attacks sitting on 4s. He's only weapon skill 3. Oh, okay. 4 hits, but no preferred enemy anymore because Blood Reaver is dead. Oh, that's a Warlord kill, by the way, so you got another point. And he's winning on 2s, and this will insta-kill anybody because he's strength 10. Oh, 2 1s! So that puts these 2 in base contact because you can't go against the Justicar until everybody else is dead because the challenge counts as going until the end of combat. So that's the Apothecary with a 5-up invuln. Ooh!
Yeah, the Apothecary's gone.
You want to look out Sir Gregorovitch? And this Grey Knight's going to try to look out Sir for Gregorovitch on a 2+. Oh, and he doesn't get there in time, and Gregorovitch takes it, but you have a 5-up invuln, otherwise he's insta-killed. Oh, Gregorovitch gets squished.
I missed the days of my Rosarius and Iron Halos for Inquisitors.
Yeah, no kidding. But then the Hammer gets to go. 2 attacks, hitting on 3s with preferred enemy. So reroll the 1. Oh, strength 8, so 5s to glance. Oh, nothing. So they lost combat by, well, no. Yeah, they killed 1. No, they lost it by a bunch.
Lost it by...
Yeah, because you lost 1 on him,
2.
so that's tied. So then you lost 2 here.
Yeah, okay, so 3.
Well, the Apothecary is 1 wound or 2 wounds.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
And so he lost by 5. 2 on the Apothecary, 3 on Gregorovitch. So leadership down to 4. It's okay, I can't sweep in advance yet. So you failed it. Initiative 3 versus your initiative 4. So you rolled... So there I caught you, and you stay because you're not going to let me run you down.
Well, at least they stay.
That is a Warlord kill for the demons. So at the end of turn 2, the demons have swept in. The Blood Reaver jumped in and smashed his Blood Mace into a Justicar who valiantly deflected it back, made his toughness test, and then shoved his halberd into the already wounded Blood Reaver, and he went down. And then the Soul Grinder came in and kicked over the Apothecary and drove his huge clawed whatevers into Gregorovitch. Even though the other Grey Knight Paladin tried to push Gregorovitch out of the way, he did not get there in time, and Gregorovitch was insta-killed. We don't know if he's dead. He's always going to be hurt, but we'll see what happens when we roll for him at the end of the game. And the Khorne Berserkers just chopped down a strike squad. The Flesh Hounds have eaten up the Razorback, and the Flesh Hounds over here didn't do as well. The Terminators here are holding their ground. So let's see what happens as we go into Grey Knights turn 3. So Grey Knights turn 3, move through cover, so 3 dice.
That's right, monstrous creature.
That's right, it's a monstrous creature. 5 inches. I think that gets them to the other side, which is what you need. Yeah. Just barely. So you'll be able to charge the Soul Grinder without going through difficult terrain.
Yeah, that's good.
Difficult terrain for the Terminators, not that they have to go very far, because they're only 2 inches away. But they want to make sure they don't have to roll too high to get their charge in, because, you know, double ones will still fail. And the Dreadnought just to lend some extra firepower. So now you have 6 warp charges plus 6. 12. You're trying to activate force in these Terminators to really kill those Flesh Hounds. Ooh, you got it.
Got it with 1.
I'm going to try to stop it. Oh! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2. So no 6 there. Almost a super large straight.
Throw 3 dice at Hammerhand here.
Hammerhand against the Soul Grinder because he wants to get high strength. Oh, you got it. Just barely. Hammerhand on the Terminators. They got it. Sanctuary on the Dread Knight to give him 4 up in Vuln. He got it. And with his last die, he's going to try to put Banishment on the Flesh Hounds and fails. Strike Squad will fire at the Khorne Berserker, starting with the 2 Psy Cannons, who stood still, so they get 8 shots, hitting on 3s. And then wounding on 2s with Rending. Oh, no Rending, and no Preferred Enemy, because they're not demons.
Yeah.
So they have 3 up armor, and 1 dies. And then 3 Stormbolters. See if he can kill another one. No Preferred Enemy, so 2 hits. 4 is to wound, 1 wound, and save. And the Terminators will go into the same Berserkers, starting with the Psy Cannon, hitting on 3s, 3 hits, wounding on 2s, Rending.
1 rend.
We got Rend. So intervening models for the Rend, 5+, not saved, and then 3 pluses. So
would you like to
1
look out,
die.
sir?
So I'm going to look out, sir, to keep the champion alive. Yep. So he'll kill this one instead. And then 8 shots from the Terminator Stormbolters, hitting on 3s. And then 4s to wound. So 3 wounds. 3 up armor. Ooh, 2 die. So that's 2 lookout sirs. Oh wait, no, the closest to the Stormbolters here. So 1 lookout sir. Ah, you killed the champion.
Okay.
And then 2 twin-linked autocannons into the Flesh Hounds, because hey, why not? Hitting on 3s, twin-linked. So we got 4 hits. Wounding on 2s. Rending won't matter, because they're just 5 up invulns anyways. 3 wounds.
Okay.
So 1 dies, and the next one just takes a wound. Assault Cannon to that remaining Bloodletter just to get him out of the way of that charge. So you get to reroll. So 4 hits. 2s to wound. Ooh, 4 wounds. 5 up invuln. Hey, almost. Almost. He dies.
Alright, watch.
So we have the Assault Phase now. These guys don't take a morale check because they are fearless. He's going to declare a charge, and yes, I will Overwatch. So we've got 5 bolt pistols. 1 hit. 4 is to wound. That's a wound. 2 up save. Can you imagine? Oh! Oh, he died to a bolt pistol. How embarrassing.
A bolt pistol.
Demoted. Plasma pistol. No. So now you need a 4-inch charge, but you're going through difficult terrain, so you're going to need to roll 6 or higher. Still not the hardest thing to roll. Yeah, you got
Okay.
11. You rolled it with 1 of the dice.
That would have been very upsetting.
Yeah, no kidding. Because then I would have got a charge with Furious Charge and Rage. Would have been awesome.
Yeah, that should get him 11 inches up there.
And the Dread Knight will charge. Doesn't have to roll, he's only an inch away. Not difficult terrain. So starting with this one, everybody's initiative 4. So you're already in base contact, so my guys will pile in. But you do have force off.
Yes.
Starting with the Halberd guys, whatever they kill here, I'll still get to attack back with. They hit on 3s with Preferred Enemy. So 5 hits.
So they get to reroll their wounds?
They get to reroll their wounds because of their Demon Bane, which you get your force weapon off. So 3s to wound, re-rolling, not just Preferred Enemy. Okay, good thing. Got to re-roll both of them. Oh, didn't matter. And they were not banished, so 5 up invuln. So 2 die. So I'm going to take the 2 that already had a wound taken off of them. So it's only 2 wounds so far. And then 3 attacks from the Falchions, hitting on 3s with Preferred Enemy, thankfully. So we got 3 hits, and he's going to wound on 4s, re-rolling. So re-roll those 2 1s. So 2 wounds. 5 up invuln. Oh! Made both of them. So then all my guys get to attack.
Yeah.
14 attacks from my guys, hitting on 3s. Ooh, not good. And they are wounding on 4s, strength 4. 2 wounds. A 2+ save. Oh, no, you lost one. It's your choice. They're all in base contact. I do still lose combat by 1, though, because you inflicted 2 wounds and I inflicted 1. So my leadership's 7 down to 6, and I make it. Oh, almost rolled double 1. If I roll double 1, they all come back.
That would not have been good.
Ongoing combat. And then we have this combat right here. Do you want to issue a challenge?
I'll issue a challenge.
Which one is your Justicar?
Falchions.
The Falchion guy?
Yep.
All right, I have to accept. So I will put my Chaos Lord in there. Chaos Lord gets to go first. He has counterattacks, so he's up to 5 attacks. And he is hitting on 3s. And he re-rolls, thankfully, because of Hatred Space Marines. Oh, just 2. 4 is to wound. 1 wound. No preferred enemy. You have a 2+ save, though. You're good. Right. And then everybody else is initiative 4, so you're already in base contact, so I pile in. Stay away from that guy over there. Justicar will go first against the Chaos Lord. 4 attacks on the charge, hitting on 4s. Well, okay, nothing. And then we have 2 halberds. So 6 attacks from them, hitting on 4s. So 4 hits.
Well, that was...
And they are wounding on 2s, AP 3. So 4 Khorne Berserkers die. So it'll be these 4 because the other one's in base contact with the other guy. But they still get to attack back because they're the same initiative. So we have 5 Khorne Berserkers, and they do have counterattack, so they get the +1 attack. Not +2 from rage, you only get that on the charge, not the counter charge. So 15 attacks hitting on 3s. And Veterans of the Long War, Hatred Space Marines allows them to reroll. That's better, 14 hits. And they will be wounding on 4s. Ew, 3 wounds. 2+ save. And you don't lose any of them.
Okay.
So these 4 are dead, so now it's the hammer's turn. So 3s to hit, or sorry, 4s to hit. 3 attacks is what I meant. So you hit twice, and you're winning on 2s. No saves there. So 2 wounds. So 1 will go on the Khorne Berserker, and then I have a 4-up invuln on the Chaos Lord, and he makes it.
Oh.
I'm fearless, so you won combat, and now you're going to surround him in his ongoing challenge. Then we got this big one, starting with the Dread Knight. His Hammer of Wrath would be against my Sard Armor, which is 13. It's only strength 6, so it's not going to be able to hurt. So let's go straight to his attacks. 5 attacks on the charge, hitting on 3s. Rerolling 1s thanks to preferred enemy demons, so 4 hits. Now you're at strength 10 against front armor 13, so you need 3s to glance, and 4-up will pen. Oh, 3 pens, that's enough to destroy him, but he does have a 5-up demon save, which he makes none of.
Okay.
So the question is, do you explode him? Because you're AP 2?
I don't want to explode.
Are you AP 2?
I am.
So just roll any 6s. Yep, he explodes. How many inches? 1 inch. Just everything in base contact, which is everybody in the fight. And that one poor guy back there. Let's roll him really quickly. He gets wounded.
Would that be rear arc?
No, it's side arc, so it wouldn't hurt him. So does it wound the strike guy? On a 4, it'll wound him? Yes, 3-up save. Ah! 3 paladins get wounded on 4s, and then they have a 2-up save. But you've lost your apothecary. Ooh. Then your Dread Knight gets wounded on a 6, so he's fine. So Soul Grinder is dead.
Consolidate
4 inches.
and they'll consolidate 3 inches. Go that way.
Yeah, the demons are falling. There's not much of them left. There's a Chaos Lord and a lot of Flesh Hounds. So end of Grey Knight's turn 3. The Soul Grinder went down to the Dread Knight, but in his explosion, he did kill another Strike Squad. And every Grey Knight is very important, especially in a campaign where you know you're kind of limited in number of guys you have. And the Khorne Berserkers were all destroyed. The Chaos Lord is fine, so he's still in an ongoing challenge and could theoretically kill another Terminator or 2. And we have Flesh Hounds in this flank ready to charge in, and Flesh Hounds still holding off these Terminators over here. So let's go into Demons, turn 3. So really quick movement phase. Flesh Hounds are just going to move through the dangerous, or actually it's not even dangerous anymore, it's just difficult. But even if it was dangerous, they have moved through cover, so they really don't care. They're just going to get over here against these Terminators. I guess we're going to have to go through difficult terrain somehow to get into that charge. Right to the assault phase, these guys will charge. It is through difficult terrain, but they don't get slowed by it. They're going to go 6 inches. They could re-roll that 1. So 8 inches. So they're into that combat, but they will be initiative 1, which might be a saving grace because maybe you could cut down 1 or 2. You have Hammer Hand on, so you'll be insta-killing with your hammer, but not with your halberds.
Nope.
Let's start with this. We're both initiative 4, so why don't you go first?
Oh.
2 halberds hitting on 4s. with preferred enemy. Hey, at least when you fail, you roll a 1. And you have force, not hammer hand, so you're winning on 3s. Oh, well,
right.
like it mattered. With 5 up invulns, and that kills 2 more, who will still get to hit back. And the falchion attack sitting on 4s, preferred enemy.
Jeez, preferred enemy is really coming to play.
Yeah, no kidding. So 2 hits, and he's winning on 4s, not 3s. Although he has force off, so he gets to reroll. 5 up. Oh, didn't kill any. Once again, I made them invulns against him. So my 5 guys still get to attack. 10 attacks, hitting on 3s. I don't have preferred enemy. Wounding on 4s. There we go. 5 wounds. Are your Terminators invulnerable? 2+ saves. No! 2 of them die. Who do you want to kill?
I'll keep the Justicar around.
But you still won combat by 2. So my leadership is down to 5. And I lose an additional 2 wounds. So I'll take off another one. So he's stuck in combat with the last 2. Then we have this fight over here. The Chaos Lord is an ongoing challenge, and he's initiative 5, so he will go first. Hatred no longer applies, neither does counterattack. So hitting on 3s. So 3 hits. 4s. 2 wounds. 2 up saves.
Okay.
You're good. And then these 3 Terminators will attack the Flesh Hounds. So it's actually 2 of them, because the other one was a Thunderhammer. So 4 attacks against the Flesh Hounds, hitting on 4s. Wow, okay. And they are wounding on 2s.
Yeah.
So 4 wounds. So 5 up invulns. So 3 wounds. So 1 dies before it can attack back, and another one takes a wound. And then your Justicar against the Chaos Lord. He's got his 3 attacks sitting on 4s. And then he's wounding. He's hammer-handed, right? So
yes.
Strength 6, wounding on 2s. So 2 wounds, and I have a 4 up invuln against his AP3 weapons. Oh, I take 2 wounds. He's down to 1 wound. And then the Flesh Hound. Oh, no. Yeah, Flesh Hounds attack at the same time as the hammer.
So let's just get that hammer out of the way.
So he'll go there. And he hits on 4s. And he wounds on 2s. With a 5 up. Not saved. So he'll finish off the one right here that was wounded.
Too bad that was the insta-death ones.
Yeah. And then that one will still get to hit back.
Yeah.
So we got 24 attacks with the 8 Flesh Hounds who survived. Hitting on 3s. And they're strength 5 on the charge, so they're going to wound on 3s. That's a little better. 2+ saves! Oh!
Hey,
Man,
okay.
the one Terminator squad just dies, and the other one just stays alive forever.
Yeah.
So I lost combat by 6. The Chaos Lord is fearless, but we got demonic instability on the Flesh Hounds. Now, I can't lose them all here, because there's just so many points, unless they roll double 6. So leadership 7 reduced to 1. So unless I roll double 1s, whatever I fail this by...
If you roll double 1.
If I roll double 1s, they'll come back. 7, so I lose 6 more wounds. So 3 more die. 1, 2, 3. But you're still locked in with them.
Yeah.
And that's it, though. So it's looking good for the Grey Knights. The question is, what casualties will they take before they can finish off these Flesh Hounds of Khorne? Let's find out in Grey Knights, turn 4. So moving these guys through difficult terrain, 4 inches.
Okay.
So they're going to go and... Do you want them to die, though? Those Flesh Hounds have AP 2. Have you not noticed? They've been killing Terminators. Like, that'll be a problem.
I missed that memo.
Dread Knight, move through cover. 5 inches. Dreadnought's going to get up there, join that combat.
Yeah, he might.
The Psychic Phase, you still have 6 plus 1,
So
just 7. An attempt to manifest force on this squad right here to kill off those Flesh Hounds faster.
Oh, no!
Oh no, perils! But you did get it, and I can't stop it. I only have 1 die. So what is your perils result? 1, 1, 1, 1, 5. So leadership tests on them are leadership 8 or 9? 9. Or take a wound. Uh-oh.
Oh, no!
It's a random one on top of that. So 1, 2, 3, 4. You could lose your Justicar, and we'll re-roll 5s and 6s. What do you got? 1. The hammer is gone. But you did get force off. These guys will attempt to manifest force as well, and hopefully not perils. They got it. I got to die, so I'm going to try to stop it. No. And force on the strike squad. Yes.
Okay.
So everybody has force except Dreadnought and that one guy there, but the Dreadnought doesn't need it at strength 10. These guys will charge. They shouldn't fail this, even with a 3, because they're not going through difficult terrain here. Dread Knight against the Chaos Lord. Uh-oh. He has moved through cover. 3 inches does get him in.
Okay.
So he can kill him. Take all the glory.
Well, still.
Strike squad, as long as they don't roll double 1, because they are going through difficult terrain. So they will be initiative 1. We'll have to remember that, although I don't think this is going to matter. I think we know the outcome of this. Dreadnought through difficult terrain as well. So 4-inch charge.
Yeah,
he will be initiative 1. Starting with this combat, he does not pile in because he's initiative 1.
So we'll start with the...
Paladins will attack first, including the Justicar. Hitting on 4s. They're weapon skill 5, right?
Yeah.
So they're still hitting only on 4s. But they do have preferred enemy to reroll the 1. And they are wounding on 3s because they are strength 5.
Reroll.
So, preferred enemy on the 1, just the 1.
Well, they got force off, so they get...
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Force lets them reroll everything. So 4 wounds. 5 up save. Oh, 1 survives. Now this guy will still get to hit back. It's the same initiative.
And that guy...
So let's try this guy now at the same initiative. Because he might get 2 attacks. Preferred enemy. So he hits and he wounds on a 3, which I do not save. So I take a wound there. But I'll attack back first. I'm going to put both of them on that one guy. Because I really want to finish off that squad that seems to have the bad luck. Hitting on 3s. No preferred enemy. Wounding on 4s. Okay, 1 wound. Can you roll one last one? Ah! And then the hammer piles in and goes. And he's got 3 attacks on the charge, hitting 4s, and wounding on 2s with preferred enemy, so re-rolling the 1. And I just have to fail 1 5+. Yeah, you got him. Finally. Took the Paladins. The Terminator might feel a little ashamed, but they did the trick. Now to this fight, we have an initiative 10 Hammer of Wrath against the Chaos Lord, so a 2 to wound, and a 3 up save. And he's fine. Then the Chaos Lord goes next.
Yeah.
Still in a challenge, hits on 3s, and wounds on 4s. 1 wound only. Plus, you're still good. And then in the challenge, he'll hit back, hitting on 4s, just 1 hit. But now he is wounding on, not 2.
Not 2.
Yeah, and I'm not a demon, so no demon bane there. Why don't you do the Dread Knight next? He's still initiative 4 as well. See if you can finish off with a strength 10 AP1. Hitting on 4s. No preferred enemy there. And he's wounding on 2s with no rerolls. And I have a 4-up invul. I survived! And then we have the other 2. Neither of them have hammers, so halberds go against the... Now this will all be at the same time with the Fleshhounds. So they're hitting on 4s with preferred enemy. 2 hits, and they're wounding on 3s, with preferred enemy. Oh, I guess you get to re-roll everything because of the force. 5-up invulns. So 2 of them will be insta-killed. And then I get to go with these guys, and then everybody else is initiative 1. All 4 of them are going to go against Terminators, because I want to kill the Terminators. Doesn't really matter, because I'm not going to kill anything. 2 wounds! Roll some 2-ups. Don't roll 2s and mock me for not having got... Oh, there's a 1! Kill the Terminator, that's right. Doesn't matter, they're both the same, aren't they? Who cares with the side cannon? And these guys at initiative 1. So you got 2 of them with halberds, hitting on 4s, preferred enemy, 1 hit, wounding on 3s, so 5-up save or insta-killed. So 1 more is insta-killed.
Okay.
And the other 2 guys are just hitting with their fists or with the side cannons, so they're not force. They're hitting on 4s with preferred enemy. 4s. 1 wound, 5-up save, not saved. So this last guy is down to 1 wound, and the Dreadnought gets to attack him. So the Dreadnought has 3 attacks, hitting on 4s with preferred enemy. Ooh, just 1 hit. Wounding on 2s, though. Can he finish off the last wound? 5+. Oh, he does. I wanted to make it and then roll double 1s and have them all come back and actually then start chewing through everybody. And at this point, at the end of turn 4, all of the demons and cast Space Marines, except for the Lord, are dead. So we're just going to go straight. We're just going to keep doing assault phase here. Because he's fearless, so he would have piled in right there. And let's see what happens to the Lord. Let's see if he can finish off that one Terminator before he dies. So this is turn 5, and if the game ends, we're going to assume the Chaos Lord is pulled back into the warp before you could get the glory of actually killing him. So we're at I guess this is Demon's turn 4?
Demon's turn 4, yeah.
Demon's turn 4. So Demon's turn 4, I get to attack first with my 4 attacks at initiative 5, hitting on 3s, and then wounding on 4s. 1 wound. Can you fail your 2-up? Oh, it was almost a 1. Did you see it was a 1? And then it jumped to a 5.
Yeah, I saw that.
And then you hit back. You still have force off, but it doesn't matter because I only have 1 wound left. And you're hitting on 4s, 2 hits, and you're wounding on 4s because you're just there's no hammer hand.
Okay.
And I have a 4-up invuln, and I'm dead.
Okay.
I think we knew that was going to happen. So the Chaos Lord gets thrust back into the warp. And that is a Grey Knight's victory. So they're able to come over here, and the Dread Knight applies his heavy side cannon, blah, 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 and takes out the shrine. What happens next? Does that stop the cryostorms? Does it banish the Blood Reaver forever from this planet? Find out next week because mission 4B is actually going to go back to our other storyline with Anton and Helen. And so if you are a Vault member, go ahead and click the link below to go and watch mission 4B right now. If you're not a Vault member, you can still click it, get a free 7-day trial, and find out what happens aboard the cruiser that's heading back here with Anton and Helen. It's going to be a bit of a twist in the story at this point, so you can look forward to that. And we have one important character death to roll for.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So, we checked he hasn't been wounded yet, so no modifiers there. But he does have a +3 because he was insta-killed by the Soul Grinder.
Yep.
And he's an important character. He's one of the, I think only two. There's Lord Inquisitor Gregorovitch and Helen are the very important characters.
I killed all the other important ones off. So, yeah.
So basically, if you roll a 6, he's dead because it's +3 because of insta-killed, and he has to roll a 9. If you roll, anything you roll is going to be a wound because it's basically a 6 to an 8 is majorly wounded, and a 4 or 5 is minorly wounded. Yeah. And so it's going to be +3 to that. So let's see what happens. And what do you got? What do you got? Oh! And Gregorovitch is dead. So, how many of your characters are you going to die?
Well, let's see. We've lost Librarian. We've lost Leoandus.
Is this a Dan Abnett novel? Like, come on. Did anybody survive?
Dan Abnett, nothing. I think this has become a George R.R. Martin novel.
That's true.
Everyone's dying.
Everybody dies. It's like the exact opposite of a Tolkien story, where like only what's his face died. Boromir. But what's the character? What's the actor?
Sean Bean?
Sean Bean.
He was meant to die.
Yeah, he's Sean Bean. He's got to die. Like, as soon as you saw him play Boromir, you know he's dead. So Lord Inquisitor Gregorovitch is crushed by a soul grinder. There was an actual attempt by a paladin to rescue him, and that paladin would have been dead. Totally. Because you failed your invulnerable save.
Yeah.
And so he would have died. But he did not get there in time, and instead he watched the soul grinder just crush right into him. Grind right into him, whatever you want to call it. So that is the end of Lord Inquisitor Gregorovitch. Now, for the Blood Reaver and the Chaos Lord, they've been thrust back into the warp, and you're going to have to wait and see what will become of them as the campaign proceeds. But poor Lord Inquisitor Gregorovitch. He's been fun. He didn't do a whole lot in the games, but he is a big part of the narrative. He was the one leading the entire expedition. But he still, with his forces, managed to destroy the shrine, so that is much to be said about what he was able to accomplish. Many Grey Knights have died in helping him to do that, but maybe they're victorious. Let's find out. Thanks for watching, and happy wargaming.